I've been at Bethel for about 13 years now. In Lake County, there's a few other churches in our denomination, but other than that, I didn't really know anybody. When I first got to Bethel, people would drive up, ask for gas cards or whatever, and you want to have compassion on people, but I always just felt like I don't even know if this is helping.
One of the biggest needs that I see most of the time is just poverty, in a sense, of people just being hopeless and needing things, needing tangible things. But most of all, we have some people that just kind of call in and want prayer.
Being there and seeing people stop by the church asking for help, and me feeling like, a gas card isn't gonna do anything for the next day.
People who are calling us to help meet those tangible needs are in challenging circumstances in their life and kind of living in the tyranny of the moment. And so it's hard to kind of look to the future and to have hope if you're stuck in a circumstance where, my kid's sleeping on the floor or we don't have enough to eat, right?
If we had tried to create our own clearinghouse and all of that, it would just been starting from scratch. We couldn't have done that. A real sense of not wanting to be the people who just pack up some stuff, drop it at somebody's doorstep, and that's it. Wanting to be open for new relationships.
The guy that started Love Inc., he saw a need in the community, and it was like, how can this be met? And he thought of the church, and the church could meet that need. I was going to church in Zion, and Love Inc. was also in Zion before it moved to Waukegan. The pastor asked at a men's group if we were interested in being on a rotation to deliver furniture for Love Inc. When I decided to retire, I knew where I wanted to spend my time at, which is Love Inc., and do more than just deliver furniture, which is good, but I wanted to be more involved in people and, learning their story and telling my story and sharing the truth, sharing the gospel.
When I plugged in, I was just volunteering in the small office up in Zion. We had a tiny space. We were kind of making do with what we had. The furniture warehouse was very small. It was the old auto shop, so we just kind of wedged things in. When the Lord led us to move out of that location in Zion and here into Waukegan, I really saw things blossom. So the ministry has just, I don't know the exact numbers, but it definitely doubled, if not tripled, as far as again, relationships, people making connections and knowing who Love Inc. is and what we're about.
The fact that I just get to serve the community, that's what I'm called to do. I'm called to serve other people and to just be there for other people, to help them, talk with them, walk with them through whatever it is that they're going through. And then you have people that were called, you got the staff, church members. So, you have congregations, you have pastors. It's really a blessing to have a community that's just made up of all sorts of individuals where there's no judgments. It's the definition of come as you are. Love Inc. community is the definition of that.
Perfect match for what we had been talking about. Our folks jumped right in. Our teams go out with a pack and play and diapers and baby supplies and meet the family, and just been able to start some conversations and relationships.
Everybody's interested in what the other people are doing. It's all part of a community.
People find out that we're with Love Inc. and they're immediately they accept us. We pray with them. Every time we talk to these people before we leave, we'll ask them what they would like us to pray about.
And so here Love Inc. is filling this need. Pots, pans, silverware, maybe a toaster, if we've got a microwave.
We network together so one person or even one church could not do what Love Inc. does. Without that, we couldn't do what we do. It takes us all working together.
I've never experienced a community like that ever in my life. I didn't even know something like that existed, especially in this last year of everything I've been through, health-wise. The impact that they've had on not only me, but my family. They go out and send newsletters and invite people in to say, hey, this is what's going on in our family or with a member of our community. It's literally a love and a support system unlike anything I've ever experienced.
People are not clients or something, but they're our neighbors. We like to call them new friends. They're just a new friend that we just happen to meet. Maybe they've got a need, but we also will learn from them and grow together I love knowing different stories about, the furniture teams or something going out, but they're praying for people and they're taking an interest in people and not just giving away things, but aiming towards those relationships.
We're there alongside the churches and with the churches, and this web of relationships that just keeps growing and growing and growing. And so that's what makes me super excited to wait and see what God has for us, and to be an active part, not just waiting on, but being an active part and what God has next for us in this next season of Love Inc.